Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Kind of a obscured view from here, but I was working on my truck over at Rockport Beach, and I could see there was some major smoke coming. Looks like it's just past Lamar, but I'm not sure. It could be a controlled burn or a prescribed burn. I just hope it's not in the trees or someone's home over in Lamar. There is a controlled burn going out on St. Joe's Island. That's one of the barrier islands that we can see from Rockport. And it's that time of year, even though it's still technically winter. In the spring, a lot of controlled burns and prescribed burns go on in the area. And I just learned recently the difference between a controlled burn and a prescribed burn. A prescribed burn is a controlled burn, hopefully, but a controlled burn isn't a prescribed burn. A prescribed burn is something that will help the soil. At least that's what the people on the internet are telling me, and that's never been wrong. Wow, that's a lot of smoke. Rockport, Texas is behind me. Heading over the causeway here. Goose Island will be on our right. Once we're over there, Aransas Bay is on our right, and Oasis Bay is on our left. And man, that's... Now in Lamar, there's a mile or two of businesses along the highway, not consistent, but a gas station, things like that. And there's houses to the left and right. And then there's a little bit of a wooded area, like a windbreak. And then it's just open fields for miles and miles. So I know the highway kind of turns that way. You see the left where it's starting. So I'm actually glad the wind is coming out of the north today. But I can't really tell what side of the highway that's going to be on. And I would imagine when they do these burns, they do check the wind, the controlled burns. It's 72 degrees right now. It's about 2 in the afternoon. And it's so flat in this area, I can never tell if something's 5 miles away or 50 miles away, until you get there. I have read over the years farmers do prescribed burns, and it gets rid of the crop that they have harvested and takes that residue, and by burning it, it puts all those nutrients back into the ground. And when it improves the soil, that's what's considered a prescribed burn. And I really wish I had a farmer, a rancher, and a fireman with me today. So I'm sure they would have insights to this that I wouldn't even know to ask the questions about. All kinds of crops grow here along the coast. Corn and all kinds of grains. Cotton. 29% of the nation's cotton comes from Texas. Peanuts, pecans, hay, peaches, and watermelon. I'm sure there's others. Well, that's good. It looks like we're at least getting out to the open field up here. Keep it away from the houses and everything. I'm thinking it's a prescribed burn. So what are the dangers or the negative aspects of a prescribed burn? Well, it's fire. So you really have to keep an eye on it. Check the wind. Make sure you've cleared the paths ahead of time so the fire doesn't jump a road or any opening that you've already cleared and start spreading to where you don't want it to go. And of course, the pollution aspect. Obviously, the air pollution, as you can see right here. And It can affect if you have a local stream, things like that. Usually time fixes the air and the water. This is the area of Lamar I was worried about, just where these houses and businesses are along the highway. There's my crack in the windshield. But man, that smoke is high. I mean, it was prominent from Rockport Beach. And it's pretty good wind today. I think 10, 12 miles an hour still. Blowing from the northeast. And that smoke is just massive. We're not really near it yet, and I can taste it, you know? It's in the air. It's going to be rough if you have a house over here. If you're living over here, you're going to think you're at the world's biggest barbecue. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's out in a field. Well, that's good. If it was a house, I'm sure there'd be tons of fire trucks zipping out here. I'm going 75, buddy. Plus, I got a YouTube channel. I got to film this. Well, now that we know it's out in the field, I guess I can tell a horrible, horrible joke. How does the Lord kindle the flame between two lovers? He uses a match made in heaven. Not quite comedy gold, was it? That is frightening. Well, you put Nancy Pelosi right there and you'd have a good idea what hell is like. Now, if you laughed at that, don't be offended when I make a Republican joke, okay? I can feel major heat on the right side of my face and head. Man, I've only been this close once before, and it was a smaller fire then, but it was like right up to the road where fire poles were catching on fire. So I know at least 2 firemen watch this channel. So God bless you guys for the work you do. Everyone else is running away and the firemen are running towards it. Man, that's something. They do a lot of controlled burns around here, over on the islands, and Aransas National Wildlife Refuge does some as well. And what we learned then was just about as soon as that ground cools down enough for them to land on, the big cranes and the herrings will come in, and they'll start looking for the dead animals that didn't make it, the moles and things like that. And they'll have some good eating. It's definitely a circle of life type of thing. And they do have a border road between that fire and the fence right here. I can see some people on the the far left of your screen, kind of keeping an eye on things. You can see the road a little bit better there. And I'm glad the highway is 2 lanes here. There you go. They're running the borders. Man, the wind changes. They're going to be eating some smoke. I hope they got a set of wire cutters in that rig they're driving. There's someone else. Because if the wind changes, you might have to cut through some fence to get out of there. Well, that was it, guys. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm glad I drove over. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Thanks for coming to the Prescribed Burn. Thanks for watching.